Hey, about a month ago we started this project here in the backyard of leveling off the terrain and giving us a little bit of a piece of land that we can do. Who knows exactly what? We're still figuring it out, but I wanted to show some of the video of that process, and I'll talk about the costs and how we did it. So enjoy. All right, thanks. Down here, starting to dig the holes so they can put in something to provide a base in order to flatten this area out. So it's going to be, we'll have to bring this up here about to the top of the fence line, and then we'll flatten it out here. So down at the bottom of the hill, we'll have about a 50-foot long by 10-foot, 12-foot wide level kind of backyard. The original plan in the backyard was to level off a few different areas, but the cost on these projects came out to around $12,000, which was way outside of our budget. So we had to make a few minor changes with the architect, and we should still get most of what we want at around $4,000. At the bottom of the hill in the backyard, we added 5 feet of height to the retainer wall, separating our property from the building behind us. I think this was the maximum height we could go in order to keep the cost down and still support the weight of the debris and the dirt we would be filling in to level it off. We had so much debris from the remodel of the house that we are fortunate to be able to recycle the old concrete and turn it into this backyard. Before we started this project, the back of the house had been turned into a dump with the amount of trash that was tossed back there. The couple of months before we started working on this project, it was quite depressing to go back there and see this pile of just concrete and debris. Once we started, the first step the workers took was to remove the old fence, then install rebar and concrete columns with the blocks in between. We also needed to add drainage holes throughout the wall. The workers had to create a separate flat space in the backyard for mixing cement, so it actually worked out great by giving us another nice little private area. We reused wood posts that had been used previously as walls in the house and cemented those into the top of the new retainer wall. This gives us a little bit of privacy and security between the neighboring properties. In the spaces where we don't have wood posts, we plan on adding a bench and a wall garden. The building of the retainer wall only took about 2 weeks, with another week to fill it in with the debris. We had so much debris that it had basically congealed into one giant piece of trash. I'm sure the workers did not enjoy having to move that debris. Fortunately, it's now in the final resting place. Starting to look pretty good. Flattening it up down here for a nice little backyard at the bottom of the hill. A couple hours of moving debris around. It's looking pretty good. We've probably gone up about 3.5 feet. Maybe another 1.5 foot to go, and some topsoil make it look pretty good. I'm beat. Moving the dirt was a pain in the ass. It was dropped off in the middle of the street, and the guy I had lined up to help me move it to the backyard quit almost immediately after seeing the amount of dirt and rocks we needed to move. I was in a bind to get it moved out of the street as quickly as possible, so I went to the Plaza de la Libertad de Expresión, which is the park near the Mercado, and the place to go if you need some manual labor. I offered 3 guys 400 pesos each for 4 hours of work, which was my estimate of the time it would take to complete the project. When they showed up, they said they needed 5 guys to do the work, and they wanted 3,000 pesos total. But after a few minutes, we came to an agreement of 2,500 pesos, and they'd stay until the job was done. It took 5 guys 5 hours to move that pile. They worked hard, but wanted me to buy them beers and food when they considered the work finished. I didn't consider the work done, so after they gave me a few more minutes of assistance, I did end up passing out beers. Over the following 3 or 4 days, I spent another 10 hours or so leveling off the yard. It still needs a little work to dress it up and make it look nice, but it's pretty exciting to see things starting to come together.